Hi, I'm Tim Cooper, and if you're a content creator or business owner or just need to create content and you don't want to spend hours or lots of money, then you'll want to stay tuned to this video because I'm going to show you how this remarkable tool can just take so much work out of it. It goes beyond just taking away the blank page. Now, I use this tool on a daily basis to write social media posts, ads, emails, the video scripts, articles, you name it, like anything that I need to write, any sort of content that I need to write, this is the first place that I come to. And just recently, they updated the system and they brought in these new features, which are an absolute game changer. And I thought I'd take it for a test run because they brought out this long form assistant where you sort of guide the AI through the generation of the content. And it wasn't bad. I mean, I said I've generated lots of emails and lots of stuff through that assistant. Plus, they've also got a bunch of other templates that you can use. But basically, the templates you don't sort of need so much anymore because of the intelligence that they've now brought in to Jarvis. And as you can see, this is the article that I generated, and it's sitting at 3,738 words. And it took me less than an hour and a half. And that's with me actually learning the system. Once I understand what commands to give it and some of the more advanced tips and tricks of the trade, I'm sure I can really cut that down. So, but basically, I had the AI write this with my guidance. So I sort of had to sort of do a little bit of work to tell the AI what I wanted it to write, and it generated this massive article. And so the next step for me now is actually to go into another tool, which is an optional thing that you can get called Surfer SEO, is to come into here. And as you can see, even as this article stands, it's ranking at a score of 59. And it's not going to take me too long to come through. So what's happened throughout the process of creating this document, we've overused some words. So we've used some words just too many times, which isn't a good thing for Google. So I've got to come through now, trim back some of those words or use alternative words, bring in some other words. But as you can see, it's already sitting really, really nicely. And we know that as soon as we get it into the green and we add some images, this will be sitting up 80 out of 100 and has a very, very good chance to rank on the first page of Google, which is what we want. And I'm saying, so a 4,000 word article, first draft generated in less than an hour and a half, probably spend about another hour to an hour and a half going through SEO optimizing, and then of course putting it, formatting it up, putting it on the website. So that is the magic. But let me show you how it's all done. So I'm going to come back here and I'm just going to create a new document from scratch. And this is what has made Jarvis such a game changer, because what you can understand about that golf article, that 4,000 word golf article, is I know very little about golf. I enjoy to play it, but it's a lot of exercise because I'm chasing this little white ball all over the place. So I am not a golf professional. I don't know anything about golf to the level of telling somebody how to improve their golf handicap. So when Jarvis generated that output, that first draft, I handed that first draft over to a professional golfer and said, can you please fact check this and just make sure this is real? And he came back and said, yeah, don't have to change anything. It's great. So that's the beauty of it. So once again, you've got to understand you are working with artificial intelligence. It's not a person. It's going to do the best it can. Sometimes it gets it wrong. Most of the time it gets it right. So you must always fact check. So what are we going to write about? So maybe I want to write about wrinkle reduction. Okay. So obviously we need a title start, so I'm going to say write some titles for a blog post about reducing wrinkles. Let's see. I haven't tried this, right? So this is we're so going out on this together. Now what I do is if I press Shift Control Enter, it's going to keep my command in place and then run the command. If I just go Control Enter or Command Enter, it's going to wipe out the command and just replace it. But because we don't know what we're going to get, I'm going to go Shift Command Enter. It highlights it. You can see it's starting to compose. That's the other thing I wanted to do. So I actually want to change this. about ways to naturally, and I said this is me learning ways to naturally reduce wrinkles. This is me learning the commands as well, saying this is probably the more time consuming part of the process is me learning what to ask for. All right, let's start with that. So I'm going to put this over into my title, but because this is a blog post, I'm going to say 5 ways to reduce, to reduce wrinkles naturally. Okay, so let's try that. And now we need a content brief, so we need to have some text there to guide the AI into what to write. So now we're going to go write a content brief about my title. I'm one of these people who can't type and talk at the same time. This time I'm just going to go Control Enter because I don't really need that command to stay. And once again, we're just waiting. You see down the bottom of the corner there, the little weight wheel is spinning. So Jarvis is going off. It's looking at my title, and now it's going to come back with a brief for me eventually. All right, I'm going to try that again because it didn't quite give me what I wanted. So I might actually say, write a content brief about, and I'm actually going to copy this in just to really force the issue. Now, once again, Jarvis is still learning too, and so sometimes you may get some funky things back, but no, it's just a matter of having faith and believing in the system. There we go. Write an article about how, as we age, our skin starts to show signs of wear and tear. Rah, rah, rah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to throw this into, there's the content brief, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put this in as a title. I'm actually going to mark it as a H1 and away we go. So now I want Jarvis to write an intro paragraph to get me started. So write an intro paragraph about the above. Now, the good thing here now is that Jarvis has got a bit of context, because with these toggles turned on, Jarvis is going to look at this, but it's also going to look back at the content brief and also the title in here. You can turn that off. And sometimes you don't want Jarvis to see this, especially as you're going down there and you want to get more specific about each point. But this is going to give Jarvis enough information to write me my intro paragraph. Well, that didn't really sort of work that well. So now I'm going to say write an intro paragraph about 5 ways to, and this is just, you know, I mean, it's no big deal considering the end result. Once you get the content out, you're going to absolutely love it. And it's still a major time saver. As you see, as we get further through the process, you'll see that it's just, there we go. So Jarvis start to write, and as you can see, he stopped mid-sentence. Now, in previous versions, what you had to do is you had to type 10 or so characters and before Jarvis would continue. But now, what makes the generation of the content so quick is that now we can just hit this compose button straight up and Jarvis will just continue on. Right? Now, the other thing that I can do now, actually, I might just keep on hitting compose here, because this is actually giving me the 5 ways. All right. So there's 5 ways that it's actually written for me. Now I may choose to, right, and there, you know, so you can just, if you don't want that, if you're writing this for somebody, say for a skincare company, then you say I'd recommend checking out the skincare company that you're actually generating this for, right? But I may not want to use these, because another thing I can actually do, now I've got all this information in here, I've got this information in here, I could say, write a blog outline for the above. Let's see what happens here. So I said, I'm flying by the seat of my pants, folks. You know, I don't know what it's going to spit out. Right, there you go. So now I've got some good stuff here. So I might even just take these 5 ways, because I might come back and use them later. So I'm just going to delete them. I'm just going to put them down the bottom here. All right. So now what I want to do is, by putting these pound signs in front of each of these points, it indicates to the AI that this is actually a header. And the other thing I want to do, because I actually want, and we might end up with even more ways, we can always change the title, right? We want Jarvis to concentrate on this point. We don't want it reading above. So to stop the point, because what Jarvis is going to do is Jarvis is going to read between 2,000 and 3,000 characters above, and in some cases the content brief. So if I put these 3 stars or asterisks in, it's telling Jarvis, I don't want you to read above this point, but it's still going to read the content here unless we turn it off, right? And now here I'm going to say, write an article about, and this is how you direct it even more. So write an article about what wrinkles are and how they form. Right, so now we're instructing Jarvis on exactly what we want it to write. Now I can just basically come here. I've got 2 options, right? I could once again say, I'll try this one. Write an article about the above, and do my Control Enter, and let Jarvis command come up with something. Right, so that's spitting out some pretty good content. I could say, write an intro paragraph about the above. There you go. Now, if I wanted to build this point out even more, I can just leave my cursor at the end and I hit compose and let Jarvis carry on. Let's just see. This is what okay, so basically it's moving on to the next point. So it's basically I've finished that. But here's a good point here that we didn't have in our initial one, how to reduce wrinkles naturally, which has come from our title here. So I can once again put my 3 stars in here and tell Jarvis to carry on with this list, because it's good. So this is one thing I really love about this tool, is because you might have one thing in mind, and then as Jarvis generates content and then you start giving it commands, it all of a sudden it starts taking you in a different direction which you hadn't even thought of, and you end up with something great and something that you didn't even think you were going to write in the first place. So so as you can see, we're just going to click on down here and continue this list. And and that might be the end of that, but I'll just hit compose again just to see whether Jarvis has got any more goodies for us. Still got more goodies for us. We've got a finally here. So look, already we're up to 847 words. And how many words have I written? Right. So now once again, I'm going to put the 3 steppers in here, so don't read above this. Write an article about why it's important to moisturize daily. And here, once again, I can say, write an intro paragraph about the above. So I'm not going to go through and finish this off, obviously, because no, I don't want it sitting here for an hour or more, but you can just see the quality of information that is being put out, right? So I might just finish this point. Not quite sure I had my cursor in the right spot when I did that, but anyway. And sometimes it does take Jarvis a bit of time to have a think, and that's okay, because it's really good stuff that is being spat out here. So I don't want to move my cursor. And there we go. Okay, so that did take a little bit of time, probably, I don't know, about 2 or 3 minutes. I did pause it. Like they are still working on it, still they're improving it all the time. So it's not a bad thing, considering, once again, we've generated over 1,000 words in the time I've been talking to you. So I'm just going to see how long it's going to take Jarvis to finish that off. Right, so you get the idea. So I'm not going to go through and complete this whole thing. Probably going to rename this now to 7, because we've got 7 points there. We can come down. I'm just going to delete this out here. And so now I can say, I'm going to take out these. Now because I want Jarvis to read everything. I'm going to take out these blocks. And now I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to write a concluding paragraph about the above. Okay, and of course, if you really like what you're seeing, you can get yourself your own account. You can go to nextstepsecrets.com/Jarvis, and that's my affiliate link. So I do earn a small commission if you do decide to sign up to a paid account. But by using that link, you will also get 10,000 bonus credits just by using that link. So that's a gift to you. Okay, so what it's done here, it's done a before-after bridge. So that may not be what I really want. The other thing too is that, say you create this blog post or an article, and then you want to promote it. So I could say, write a PAS about the above. Now PAS is a formula, is a structure: problem, agitate, solution. So what's the problem? Really sort of stick the knife in, turn around, and then what's the solution? So let's see what Jarvis says when we ask for a PAS. All right, and that goes on and on. So I've got a cough. I'm going to have to pull. Okay. So basically, now you could do a social media post. You know, wrinkles are a natural part of aging. Some people want blah blah blah. And here's an article we wrote about natural ways that you can reduce your wrinkles. So you can even get Jarvis to write your social post to promote you. All right, but I didn't like that, so maybe I'm just going to say, write a conclusion about the above. Once again, it's also me learning the there we go. So now you've got your concluding paragraph being written for you. So once again, you'd go through, you'd obviously fact check it, and then of course you'd want to check your grammar, do any SEO work, and then format it up nicely. Now there are pro tips here, so if you get stuck, so the shortcodes I spoke about here, and then in the Boss Mode training here, Boss Mode cheat sheet, I think, it actually gives you some of the commands right, like write some blog post titles, write a content brief, outline, write some FAQs, answer the question, all right? So we'd say here, answer the question, why is hydration so important to reduce wrinkles? All right, let's try that. I've probably gone on long enough. I don't want to keep you here for hours, but I just wanted to show you. So it's answered the question, right? So I asked the question, why is hydration so important? And it's saying hydration is important to reduce wrinkles because hydrated skin is more plump and full. This helps minimize the signs of aging by keeping your skin looking youthful, right? So these are the ways. Great place to start here, and also there's great training inside Jarvis as well about how to use the Boss Mode and commands, how to write ads, how to write videos and video scripts, video headlines, marketing frameworks. I spoke about the PAS framework. It also has the AIDA framework and the BAB, before and after bridge, and the miscellaneous stuff. So, I mean, as I said, this has become an absolute game changer in the way that we can generate a lot of content, good content. Like seriously, if you went through this, fact checked it, did a bit of formatting, a bit of grammar, you're basically good to go. It's amazing and a real game changer. So I just wanted to share that with you. But remember, I start off saying how back over here, this fella, right? This fella here, written in less than an hour and a half, just under 4,000 words, and probably over the period of time, it did generate over 4,000 words, but I was just sort of deleting stuff out and that sort of stuff, playing with the system. A great guide and accurate. It's been fact checked and it's great. So as I said, the only thing I've got to do now is just clean up the SEO, clean up the grammar, format it up, and it's good to go. So once again, if you need to create content for any reason, whether you're an agency or whether you're a business and you need to do your social posts, emails, ads, articles, website content, video scripts, video headlines, Google ads, Google My Business posts. I mean, this system does it all for you and it does it very, very well. Check out my affiliate link, nextstepsecrets.com/Jarvis. Got any questions whatsoever, stick them in the comments. And yeah, and if there's something that you want me to generate content up on the fly for you, so if you want me to generate a specific type of content and it's not rude and illegal, once again, put that in the comments and I'll do another video and create the content that you want and see whether you like that. Okay, so that's it for now. Check it out. I'm sure you will be amazed.